Is Russia's shadowy private army setting Europe ablaze with flames of sabotage, while Brussels slumbers in oblivious denial? Is Europe truly losing control right now, as Putin's shadow agents strike deep into the heart of the continent, unseen and unstoppable? Has Wagner returned to turn Europe's peaceful streets into a battleground once more, igniting chaos under the cover of darkness? Whispers in the wind. Is Wagner's dirty war exploding onto European streets, leaving intelligence agencies in stunned, helpless shock? And the darkest question of all, are Europe's leaders far too weak to halt the creeping advance of Putin's invisible hand, tightening its grip across the shadows? Wagner mercenaries have been operating extensively in war zones worldwide over the past 7 years, deploying their forces into some of the most volatile conflict areas from Africa to the Middle East and beyond. Amid this widespread activity, former Wagner recruiters are now leading Kremlin-linked sabotage operations across Europe, repurposing their battlefield expertise for covert missions on the continent. Russia's GRU is using the talent it has got available to it in innovative ways, as one official candidly explained to the Financial Times, tapping into experienced operatives amid ongoing resource constraints. This development comes after Wagner's failed 2023 rebellion against Russia's military leadership, a dramatic mutiny that shook the Kremlin but failed to topple the top brass, according to reporting from the Financial Times. The Wagner Group stands out as the most prominent of all Russian state-controlled irregular armed groups, functioning as a powerful proxy force that blends mercenary muscle with state-directed objectives. Both the GRU and FSB have become highly active in seeking to recruit so-called disposable agents throughout Europe, prioritizing individuals who can carry out risky tasks without direct ties back to Moscow. Russia has been facing a depleted deployment of covert agents in Europe for some time now, as European intelligence officials have noted, creating a pressing need to rebuild shadowy networks amid heightened Western scrutiny. Wagner agents have tasked these new recruits with carrying out arson attacks, industrial sabotage, and even posing as Nazi propagandists to sow discord, according to detailed investigations by the Financial Times. These individuals have been specifically tapped for high-stakes covert operations targeting politicians' cars, Ukraine aid warehouses, and other critical infrastructure to disrupt support for Kyiv. As one European official told the Financial Times, and I quote, "Wagner had a ready-built network of propagandists and recruiters who spoke their language." The official continued, Russian intelligence agencies typically seek to put at least 2 cutout layers between themselves and agents they want to do their bidding. Adding, they want some degree of deniability always, and Wagner and the individuals that were part of it have a long and close relationship working for the GRU in this way. Wagner and its supporters already had a significant online presence through various social media channels long before these escalations, building a vast digital ecosystem for recruitment, propaganda, and influence operations. In January 2023, as per British sources, the number of Wagner combatants actively fighting in Ukraine had swelled to around 50,000, marking one of the group's peak deployment periods in the ongoing conflict. The exact numbers remain difficult to assess accurately, as these mercenaries typically sign short-term contracts and rotate after deployments, allowing for fluid and opaque force levels that evade precise tracking. They know their audience, another European official told the Financial Times, highlighting how Wagner's operatives expertly tailor their messaging and tactics to resonate with vulnerable recruits in Europe. Remember, Wagner's founder Yevgeny Prigozhin died mysteriously after the Kremlin cracked down harshly on the group following its rebellion, a move that eliminated its leadership but left its networks largely intact. However, beyond Wagner itself, nearly a dozen Russian private military firms continue to operate in the shadows, providing the Kremlin with a diversified arsenal of deniable forces for global operations. Top Russian PMCs include RSB, MAR, SHIT, Moran, Patriot, Redut, and Anti-Terror Oral, each specializing in various forms of irregular warfare, security, and sabotage worldwide. Meanwhile, the FSB tends to turn to criminal and diaspora networks it has cultivated abroad, leveraging long-established ties in immigrant communities and underworld figures for intelligence and disruption. Beyond the battlefields of Ukraine, the Wagner Group has been active in several African and Middle Eastern countries, securing resources, influencing governments, and expanding Russia's geopolitical footprint through mercenary deployments.